Coming up now in this flying adventure. Hello and welcome back to another video. You might have noticed the name change to the channel. Well, yeah, we did that because we wanted you to know what the channel's more about, the recreational pilot. In this episode, we don't really learn anything particular because there's a lot of stuff going on here. So Ben takes his first flight in a microlight. And we go to Fraser Island to check out the Fraser Island fire damage, the bushfires that occurred in November of 2019. No, that was 2020. Who remembers 2020? Who wants to forget 2020? Well, Fraser Island suffered some consequences as well. Nothing to do with the other thing that went on. But yeah, there was a lot of devastating bushfire damage done there. We're going to go and check it out. Now there's two versions of this. There's a long version and there's also the shorter cut version. You'll be able to check those out wherever you want. The long version contains all the chatter and all the discussion and a lot of information actually. So if you want to go and check that out, it's about probably, I'm guessing an hour longish. I haven't finished editing it as yet. And the other one will cut down to probably no more than 20 minutes if we can do it. Ben really enjoyed his flight. Go and check it out. And you might want to check out the short and the long version just to get the two different perspectives. If you want to support the channel and what I'm doing, you might want to go and buy me a coffee if you feel so inclined. The link is in the description below. Also, if you want to see some more videos, please go and do so. If you're still watching this video now, maybe you've got an interest in flying and you want to follow that up. And there's a lot more adventures and different things on my channel. Also, if you want to see future videos, of course, you have the free option to subscribe and follow along and get notified when there's new videos coming out in the future. And before I forget, if you want to do what Ben just did and come for a fly in the microlight for the first time in your life, and you're a subscriber to this channel, and you live in the area, or maybe not, but you don't mind traveling, enter this competition now, and you will be able to obtain a free ride with me. And we'll make a video like this one. The question you have to answer is, what did it say on the caution sign? I want all of the words, everything on the sign, or you cannot win. Please enter. If you wish to, be a subscriber, like this video and every other video you watch of mine, and of course that goes without saying, and maybe we'll catch up soon and go for a fly. I really want to thank my supporters for the copies that you've already bought and those that have subscribed. And we really enjoy making the videos, but it is time consuming and we don't need to tell you that. So please enjoy the video and we'll see you in another episode or in the air somewhere soon. And don't forget, go out and have a great flight.
When you talk too, just make sure it's nice and clear and loud. Louder than that. Okay. Oh, microphone, make sure it's right there. And it makes all the difference. That probably explains what you're doing. My fault. Didn't tell you. Exit that. Set that. Okay. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Alright, clear prop. Still works, how's that? It's amazing. I've been flying it a little bit lately, so it's been really good. Okay, that's good. You all good? Yep. Just yell out if you start to feel uncomfortable for any reason. Because the sooner we get you back to the ground, I'm sure you'll be okay.
Yeah, no, I'll be fine.
Famous last words, eh? Oh, there shouldn't be any reason you won't be. Alright, 28 degrees, we've got oil pressure, we've got fuel, we've got temps coming up. PM's looking alright, we'll pull that up. Put the radio on. Okay, safety checks. So we've got throttles obviously working. Good one. The wind's still there, so we've got throttle, wind, wings, and wires are good. We'll check the lasers. I did a pre-flight earlier. That's rolling. Yep. Pins. Mixtures off. Controls. Nice smooth. Mixtures, pins, fuel, instruments, sets. Coming up. Security. Switches. One. Good. Harness and helmet controls. Helmet's done up, harness is done up. Controls are good. Traffic, radio, set. Yeah, I can listen to the weather too.
Temperature 23, cloud clear below 1,2,000 feet, visibility 10 kilometers, viewpoint 19er, humidity 77%, rainfall last 10 minutes, nil.
We know all that. Okay, so I'll set this for radio. Fraser Island. And monitor. Okay. Good to go?
Yep.
Mirror traffic, microlight 6340, taxis, hangars to apron. Mirror. Stay away from these rocks. Temperature 30. Okay. You take your Commodore up to, where was it? Emerald. Blackwater.
Claremont.
You take that up? Your Commodore?
Yeah, yep.
Gets a good run in?
Yeah, it does. She's a good car.
Mirror traffic, microlight 6340, enters backtracks 17 mirror. No lunatics on the runway. Just birds again. That's a problem. Wind is 2 to 3 knots there. Look at that. Probably 4 at the most. This morning we got Ben with us, and he's going to Fraser Island with me to look at this burnt vegetation, one of our competition winners. And I'll give Ben the opportunity to ask a few questions on the way, and maybe on the way back if he's still in the back seat. Say hi, Ben. Morning.
Morning, everyone.
It's a good day for it. Looks good so far.
Beautiful day.
Apparently you picked this day because you're a fisherman and you know what the weather's doing.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
You just got lucky, eh?
Got lucky.
Picked us about 2 days out, 2 weeks out, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought, we'll see how we go. I don't feel too optimistic because it's so changeable and horrible at the moment, but today's probably the pick of the bunch.
Yeah, it's a bloody nice day.
See how you feel about that when we get back.
It'll be fine.
Oh, easy for you to say. Right, temperatures coming up 39. We need 50 degrees before we go full power. I'll just pull off to the side. Mr. Bed. Righto. Their power run-up checks to make sure the engine's operating correctly.
Yep.
And it seems to be. 4 degrees to go. There you go, those birds I was just looking at. Magpie geese. 47 degrees. We are nearly destined for the skies. Now, I don't know, where are your hands going to be comfortable? Good there?
Yeah, where they are, yep.
Yep, or you can just rest them if you need to hold something on the back of the seat. On my back seat back. 50 degrees is upon us, almost. Camera's rolling, yes. 49, come on, 50, okay. Throttle off. Maribel traffic, microlight 6340, enters, lines up, rolls, runway 17, left-hand departure, Fraser Island to the east, Maribel traffic. This will be a buzz for you.
Yep.
What we're about to do. Quite often people underrate these aircraft. There's a hawk sitting right there. I might just roll past him. Alright, we're good to go. I'll just keep rolling so he doesn't fly in front of me or something stupid. Yeah, I'll chase them all the way down the runway now. Stay there. Good, here we go. This Commodore can't do that.
Pardon?
Yeah, I bet your Commodore can't do that.
Yeah.
Maribel traffic, microlight 6340, airborne 17, left-hand departure to the east for Fraser Island, climbing for 1,000 feet. Maribel traffic. There we go. So what I'll do is put this lever in a cruise control position. So that just means I don't have to use, I've got a foot throttle, and that's just for real quick throttle changes. Okay? So I'll use this as a
You have to talk a little bit louder.
Yeah, I'll turn this up.
Yeah, it's all the way.
Is it? You sure? You sure? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got
Yeah, it's all the way.
Okay. So this here is a cruise control.
Yep.
So don't bump that.
Okay.
I'll know if you do. We'll level out soon and we'll be off the power a bit anyway, you'll see.
Okay.
It'll be quieter. Alright, so we're going to make a beeline for Harvey Bay. I'll go to River Heads and then up the coast. How's that sound now?
Yeah, that's better.
It's just the full power on takeoff that gets you.
That's what I thought.
And this is quite fast, so there's a lot of wind. Like we're doing 150 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
Okay, so, or almost. So you can imagine there's a lot of wind noise.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can do 90 knots, which is about 180 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's just too windy. What's banging? Oh, that strap. Alright, we'll check everything. We got temp's good, fuel's good, pressure's good. Just keep an eye for planes, remember?
Yep.
So our ground speed at the moment, because we've got a bit of a headwind, slightly, not much. So we're doing 67 across the ground and 72 airspeed, so it's 3 knot headwind.
Yeah, righto.
It's all knots as well. If I was talking kilometres an hour, I'd be talking about buying another aircraft.
Yeah, that's right. As I have my boat set up as knots.
Yeah, okay. This always amazes me though that you can go to Fraser Island and be back within an hour and a half and had a good flight on Fraser.
Yeah.
And most people would still be trying to get off the barge.
Yeah, that's right. Certainly a better way to get there.
The only problem is I can't experience what's on the ground.
Yeah.
So that's a whole different adventure if you like, because you don't really get to smell it. Well, you can sort of smell. You will smell some of the stuff wafting up off the ground.
Yeah.
Because it's already in the air around us with the thermals pulling it up off the ground. So,
Yeah, righto.
so you will smell cows sometimes, which is not the best, but you will smell a lot of smoke often. Smoke and maybe some, I don't know, just random stuff. Bad smells along the beach, rotting, decaying seafood. Yeah, the cloud's really good on Fraser too at the moment. So yeah, we'll have no problem. So we're heading up there.
Yep.
I'm just going to head to River Heads and then track over to Big Woody
Okay.
and then Moon Point. Then we'll go up that east coast up to the Arch Cliffs probably. See how I feel, see what the vegetation's doing.
Yeah, I've been fishing around Big Woody and up Moon Ledge, but can't find any fish.
No, it's kind of a common complaint. Most of the time it's just the fisherman himself to blame.
Yeah, well,
So we'll turn him off because he's distracting. They're down at Noosa. We don't need to know that. That's on the other frequency, which is the same one used on Fraser Island.
oh, okay.
So when we get to Fraser, I'll switch back.
Righto.
Sometimes you see pigs in here as well. Especially in the mud. There's some sort of mud flats up here. You can see tracks quite often.
Righto. Certainly different from the air.
It's a lot, it's peaceful in a way, you know, like, as everyone, all pilots kind of talk about escaping the pressures and the stresses of on the ground in the real world.
Yeah.
And I remember that when I started doing, my business is aerial photography.
Oh,
So
okay.
normally I charter a plane, but these days I do a lot of drone work instead. But I used to charter a lot of planes and helicopters, and I always felt magic
Yeah.
when I've been up, done a job, been wherever I had to go, come back, landed, go to the shopping centre to get something, and I just felt special because I'd been flying. And
Yeah.
the weirdest thing is, no one knew. Like,
Yeah, that's right.
don't you know where I've been?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, my son wants to be a pilot.
yeah, where is he living at home?
Yeah, he's only 7.
Oh, he's a bit early, yeah.
But he's got his heart set on the RACQ helicopter.
Yeah, okay, I would be jealous. If I had known when I left school that that was an option, I would have pursued that dream. But it's about 1%
Oh,
that get through.
oh yeah.
It's so small. I'd still want to fly helicopters today. I still sort of think about it, but
Yeah.
Brisbane Centre, traffic, Fraser Island, Bravo expecting a big
and Bravo Kilo Tango. Hold on. So yeah. So I really wanted to fly, and I went to air shows when I was a kid with my dad.
Yeah.
And I just thought, that's so far out of reach, it's never going to happen. It's just not even a dream for me to do that. So I never took it up, and then one thing led to another when I came to Harvey Bay, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to learn to fly a microlight because I'd already been up in the back seat once to do some photos.
Yeah, righto.
And I thought, what's that going to be like? I'd already been in the back seat once.
Yeah.
And I thought, what's it going to be like to fly that? And if I don't enjoy it, because I learned to ride motorbikes later in life as well, and I thought,
righto.
if I don't enjoy learning, I'll just stop.
Yeah.
If I don't like it anymore, just don't do it anymore. So I started to fly, and within 6 lessons I bought my first aircraft and did the rest of my training in that. And I haven't looked back since, and that was about 2012-13.
Yeah, righto. It's definitely magical being up in the air.
It's not, it's a real privilege, you know, it's not something anyone can do.
No.
I mean, a lot of the problems with flying are related to getting a hangar, not just buying an aircraft.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about sharing an aircraft, so going thirds or whatever, which reduces the cost, but the aircraft can often be out with the other guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that can work. The problem with microlights is, I guess you could do that, you could have joint ownership. Actually, there's probably no reason not to. But you can't hire a microlight in Australia. You can't just go and say, oh, can I go up to a flying school and say, can I take your microlight for the day?
Okay.
You can't do that, but you can take an ultralight for the day.
Yeah.
And the other thing is our Aero Club's got a Cessna 172, and normally when people want that, it's out as well. So it's a real share. The sharing thing's an issue.
Yeah, right.
From that perspective. But owning an aircraft, I mean, I've been trained to do maintenance, so I know how to do that.
Yeah.
So it saves the money with maintenance. Not that it's really probably all that expensive anyway, but at least I can keep an eye on my aircraft and see if anything's not right.
Yeah, that's right.
And know myself personally that, oh yeah, I stuffed up, I did the wrong thing, I should fix that, because I now know before I fly again I've got to fix this properly, because I saw how it went together.
Yeah, okay.
And if there's any issues I can sort of work through my head as to, why is it doing that? Oh, I know, you know, and then I can find the problem. Whereas if someone else has done it, you're flying along and there's something wrong, and you go, what could be causing that? Oh, you've got no idea. So then you take it back to maintenance and they go, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they haven't experienced it in flight.
That's right.
So at 1,300 feet at the moment, hold on. We're Harvey Bay traffic, microlight 6340 is 5 miles south of the Harvey Bay airfield, south at 1,300. We're tracking northeast for Big Woody, Fraser Island, Harvey Bay main road traffic. Kilometres? You got me talking kilometres now. Thank you, whatever you said. Okay, lights on, strobes on, strobe lights off. And that's recording. I hope that's recording. Yes.
Harvey Bay traffic, Bravo Kilo Tango Big Bonanza is currently 2,000 feet over Lake Mackenzie, Fraser Island. We'll be flying around for another couple of minutes and then direct to Harvey Bay, Lake Mackenzie. Lake Mackenzie to Harvey Bay. Harvey Bay traffic.
Yeah, Bravo Kilo Tango, microlight 6340. We're just crossing the coast here now at River Heads, tracking northeast over Big Woody for Moon Point. And we'll be crossing for the next 5 minutes. So, yeah, stay in touch. I'm at 1,400 and probably remain about this altitude.
Bravo Kilo Tango.
Not a ripple in the sky.
No. Water looks good too.
Should have gone fishing.
No. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I know the wind gets up to Savo. It's going to be 15 knots. Alright, before we do a water crossing, we check our temperatures and everything's performing correctly. And it is. So we've got 88 degrees, 4 bar oil pressure, fuel is good, and temps on the engine are 80, 80, 770, 670, 670. Cool. You might see some marine life now.
Yeah.
Probably a turtle there. Sometimes you see another one over there. You'll see stingrays and dugongs. Sometimes we see dolphin.
Yeah,
Won't
right.
see any whales at the moment.
No, they're all gone.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll see other whales though. My intention is to land on that runway at some stage.
Oh, yeah?
I know the guy. I've already done a couple of low passes and approaches
Yeah.
to test it out. It seems okay. It's 330 metres long, which is plenty.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but when I did my approaches, there was a lot of kangaroos there. That's a big problem. However, bad traffic, microlight 6340 is passing a beam 1 mile to the southeast at 1,500, tracking northeast for Moon Point. Harvey Bay traffic. Radio. Okay, airspeed, same. Everything's the same. Sometimes you can see quite dramatic changes in the wind directions.
Yeah, right.
Even from that short distance.
Yeah.
Because the sandy straits creates a different environment.
Yeah.
And Fraser Island interactions can change the direction and speed of the wind. But they reckon the wind can funnel up through here and accelerate.
Oh, okay.
And that's why it can cause... Well, I saw someone saying that the other day, but I'm not sure if that's 100%. I think it was in a boat. Yeah, I know the story. I'm not sure if that's 100% the reason, but I know that if the wind comes that way...
Harvey Bay traffic, Bravo,
Kilo Tango.
Kilo Tango, 9 miles to the east. Will be coastal and along the track for downwind runway 11. Harvey Bay traffic.
And anyway, so what can happen is if the wind's coming in from the southeast, actually it probably doesn't matter which way or northerly, if the tide's going the opposite way, it pushes the waves up, the swell, and it gets really bad. I've been out across from the marina to Round Island and Big Woody once in the kayak.
Right.
And the waves were higher than me. Fortunately, the kayak tends to ride them. But yeah, it's amazing how it can just change. It just comes up.
Yeah, they did that to us last break. We went from Moon Ledge and cut across to the centre of Harvey Bay. And then we come in towards the pier, over the sandbars, and it picked up to about 1.2.
That's not fun, eh? So he's tracking into there. We should be clear of him now.
Harvey Bay traffic, Bravo Kilo Tango is joining downwind runway 11.
That means he's over there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's amazing how small planes are when you're like 1 mile away.
Oh, yeah.
You can't see them. Well, this isn't fair. This is too smooth. When we come back, I'll make sure it's not like that. All I have to do is go down 100 feet, or 500 feet probably.
Yeah, righto.
And it'll be a lot warmer over the grass and the thermals will be popping up, so it'll be get a little bit rolly. Like at the moment it's just, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty flat.
That's just crazy. I've learned to fly later in the day now because, well, that was always the intention. A lot of people fly microlights because early in the mornings, because the air's really smooth.
Yeah.
I'm sick of getting up at 4:30 in the morning, or 3. We've been up at 3 to try and catch sunrise in summer.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
So, and when you come out at this sort of time, even though it's still fairly early for some people, it's like, it's still good. I mean, I almost guarantee it won't be like this on the way back, but nice and clear down there.
Yeah, this is where we've tried fishing around here.
There's a lot of boats out. Might have to hang go right through those clouds, I think. See, it's a different environment on Fraser. Like, there's a couple of clouds there, but there's a lot more over here.
Band across the front.
But that's because of the onshore wind on the other side popping the air up.
Yep.
Causes what's called orographic lift, which causes the cloud formation. Something splashing around down here in the water, I think. I'd say it's probably dolphins.
Copy that, copy, brother.
Yeah, it's up there, yeah.
Runway 11.
Didn't really get a good look at them. What you don't want to do is look down and then disappear into a cloud.
Yeah.
Who turned the lights out?
Goes from 5 metres to 30 metres just there.
Yeah. I'm going to pull the power back a bit now. We're going to just...
Bravo Kilo goes to final runway 11.
Going to descend on Fraser Island. See what the weather's like down lower.
Rotation 19 miles to the southeast, leading on the tower, Mayfield, 05. Thank you, copy.
There's a bit of, looks like some sort of wind on the water maybe.
Yes. Not much so, mate. The boat out, this would have been the calmest I've ever had.
Yeah, right. Looks like the fire's been through here, see?
Yeah.
Got right in here. And there's a big patch there. But this is nothing compared to what we'll see. There's been along the front here. Did you see a lot of, did you have a look at the fire at night time from Fraser, from Harvey Bay? So this is probably where you saw it burning at some stage.
I'd say so, yeah.
So this is where it gets a little bit rolly down here now. We're under the cloud level. Put some power on with the cruise control. Just hold it here. That's, yeah, it's just burnt that strip along the front.
Yeah, well, the smoke was really bad at our house.
Where are you?
Just near the hospital.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it really made a difference which way the wind blew, eh? Like, I only had to change a few degrees and there was no smoke or full on.
Yeah, that's right.
It seemed to dodge us most of the time, which was good. I'm up at Point Burnham.
Point Burnham, yeah. Yeah, one of the blokes from work lives at Point Burnham.
Yeah. This rough air is caused by this, well, the cloud is indicating actually there's probably a thermal here rising off that ground. Yeah, that's what the cloud's being formed from. So yeah, you can tell it would be there. When you go under cloud it gets a little bit like that.
Okay.
Not all the time, sometimes it'll just be there because what will happen is the wind's blowing across the island and it's getting roughed up on the sand dunes.
Yeah.
It's dead calm over here.
It is.
The water. A lot of tracks up the beach. Go out a bit. There's not much to see burnt wise down here, but it is up here, it's in here, in that area over there. It went down more through the middle. There's a few patches like this.
You don't realise how much area there is in there, it's huge.
Yeah, it's massive. And that's why people, they were saying, why don't they water bomb it and do all that? That's just huge. Like, and that's what they were doing for weeks.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the rain sort of came that it was really going to have an effect on it. All the water bombing was really doing was stopping it affecting the properties.
Yeah, yeah.
All they could do is turn the fire, basically. They couldn't turn it out. turn it off.
They were saying because it's so sandy, the water was doing nothing.
Yeah, okay. Water just sunk in straight in, except for what hit the trees. Yeah, direct hits. Fraser Island traffic. Microlight 6340 is trekking up the west coast at 1,000 feet and currently 5 miles north of Moon Point. Fraser Island traffic. This guy down on the sand on the four-wheel drive looks like he's almost stuck.
Yeah.
Can't believe he got through that water. Hey, you're not allowed up here, are you? I'm not sure.
Don't know. It's a fair way from the east side.
Oh yeah. This is probably the fattest part of the island actually. Let's go and do that.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of this, what we're looking at, was burnt, but you see green coming back
Yeah,
pretty
you
quick.
can certainly see it coming back.
It'll be a while coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Mind you, I think most of the bigger timber stuff was like in these valleys. You see that's kind of thicker.
Yeah.
Whereas on these sand dunes, it doesn't really, it looks really scrubby, bushy stuff. That wouldn't have taken much to burn out.
Nah, that's right.
Trying to decide left or right. Because we ain't going straight ahead. Can't do it actually, I'll pop it up. I'll go over right. Bit cooler, eh?
Yeah, it is a little bit.
20 degrees.
You definitely feel the difference.
Yeah. 2 degrees per 1,000 feet is what it decreases by.
Oh, okay.
So we're at 4.5, coming up 4,500 now. So this should theoretically be about 8 degrees cooler than on the ground.
Wow.
Which is about right. So you got 10 knot headwind up here,
Righto.
which will be a good push back home. We're turning right shortly on the beach. trying to work out where Mahino is. Is it down there or is it Whizzing Like Creek? Pretty sure it's in front of us. That's the creek there, actually. Yeah, like creek's there.
Oh, righto.
Not sure. Can't see the shipwreck. It looks like the coloured sand. It's not down there. Well, that's just great, we're lost. It's amazing how much area has been affected by the fire, eh?
Oh, yeah.
How much it's spread out. Like there's pockets of green, which is good.
There's definitely a fair more green than aerial photos I've seen a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it's coming up there. Like there's tinges of green everywhere.
Yeah.
It's fast how good it recovers. Really good. Good how fast it recovers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of singed trees there that won't come back.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. Actually, it was worse than that. I don't think that is it. I think it's a bit further south actually, because I think there's that big sand dune up there. It's behind there.
Oh, right.
And the fire went around the sand dune, and in the middle of the sand dune, like here, there's no fire.
Yeah.
So it's protected by the sand dune when the fire came across this way. They would have been water bombing here frantically though, trying to keep it off
Those houses are lucky.
Yeah, well that's why they're water bombing.
Yeah.
That's what they would have had to do. I'm still confident Mahino's down here. I think I can see it.
You don't think of the terrain over here being so rugged, but it is.
Yeah, especially without foliage on it. I certainly wouldn't want to be landing in the bush.
No.
There's nowhere to go. All traffic Fraser Island, microlight 6340 is tracking south along the main beach on the east coast at 1,300, and we're at Happy Valley area going south at this stage. Fraser Island traffic. So yeah, just barren areas of nothing.
Yeah. Real bare.
There's still some green in there now though. Some of it would have survived. Some of it will be new seedlings that will have to come up.
Traffic, 5055, Johnson, 1847, southerly star, 4 miles south of Fraser, 20, 55,
The Mahino's down here. Oh, good. I just wasn't sure because I don't normally pop out this side of the island at random.
Yeah.
It's easier normally to go straight across and up the beach. But I thought I'd do it the other way around today. And generally what? It goes it goes Mahino, Eloy Creek, Happy Valley, wrong. So that's the order of events down here. We'll probably turn home from Happy Valley though.
Okay.
It's a shocker here, eh?
Sure is.
I mean, this is what, a month or two, 2 months now?
Yeah, it'll be 2 months.
And nothing's happened. It's just dead.
Not any green happening through there at all.
No, it must have got really hot in there. There's the odd one or two, but nothing really coming back. There's like a good one there. That'll come back. But, you know, and some here. There's a lot of barren still. A lot of nothing.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a new sand dune over there going to start.
Yeah.
There's the coloured sands. Cathedrals. Looks like bait fish down there, hey?
Yeah, it'd be a bait ball for sure, yep.
Mahino? No, you can't say you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Finally seen the shipwreck.
And it's really high tide at the moment. There's not a lot left of it now. First time I saw it was about 99.
Oh, okay.
Round about then.
It's really in the sand, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say it's just sinking gradually. There's like coral spawn on the left. There's a lot of dirty stuff in the water too from the fires.
Yeah. I noticed that when we went out fishing.
All the ash still washing into the water. Yeah, it's just, see, it's all barren here.
There's a lot of trees around Moon Ledge coming through.
Okay. This will be Eli Creek on the right.
Oh, yeah, waiting for the crossing to come down.
The what?
Oh, the water there. It's high there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it washes in and out. This would be Happy Valley. So you can see how the fire's burnt around the sand below.
Yeah.
But see how they've protected this area here? There's a big fire break at the back as well.
Yeah.
Because that would have been gone for sure.
Oh. Those homes are so lucky.
Well, this is where the concentrated water bombing occurred.
Yeah, okay.
Just constant water bombing. And they brought the big fire tanker over here too.
Look how close it was.
Exactly. It was in someone's backyard apparently. See a couple areas there where it's right in there.
Wow.
How long do you think we've been flying for?
An hour?
You're pretty close actually. How'd you know that? So while we're climbing, Ben, have you got any questions? Hold on. Let's get this switched over. Yeah, any questions about microlights?
What's the furthest you can travel in one of these?
Okay, so when we're flying any aircraft, we work out the distance we can travel based on, well, basically, obviously, the speed of the aircraft, but it's the speed of the aircraft across the ground, which is in relation to the wind, and how many litres of fuel we burn per hour. Now, you being a boater, you would understand that concept.
Yep.
So, if you would think about, this aircraft burns about 11 litres an hour in cruise, which is pretty good.
Yep.
And it's a 64 litre tank, but we have to have half an hour of fuel remaining when we land legally.
Okay.
That's a reserve amount, which gives us half an hour in this aircraft of flight time.
Yep.
Sorry, it's about 5 litres remaining, so we have to so we can use probably about 59 litres, and we burn about 10 an hour. So if you work that out, it's nearly 6 hours of flying.
6 hours, yeah.
So at cruising at say 140 kilometres an hour times 6, you've got about 600, 700 kilometres, 800 kilometres.
That's very good.
We normally talk about 350 nautical miles.
Yep, righto.
Here's my Lake Mackenzie down here. Just trying to not build myself into a canyon of cloud at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how that works. So I can, basically the aircraft will outlive my bladder capacity.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And when it's cold like this, if you're flying at altitude, and at the moment it's a balmy 19 degrees. Now you guys in the UK, obviously, that's quite warm probably, especially when you consider we're at 5,000 feet right now. We should be 10 degrees lower than ground temp, so ground temp at the moment would be an estimated 29 degrees.
That'd be about right.
Yeah, at this time of the day, which is now currently 8:20 in the morning in a summer in Queensland. Yeah, so the bladder capacity doesn't like the colder temps obviously either.
So you stay around that 5,000 and below?
We can go to 10,000. I've transited at 9,500 through like cruising somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I needed to be in, the wind direction changes at different levels.
Yeah.
So you can have at a lower level wind direction going north, and if you go above what's called the inversion layer, you can sometimes end up with a wind direction going south. It'll just switch directions.
Yeah, righto.
Are we going to make this?
It's a bit of high-lying cloud.
This is a lot bigger than it was when we came over.
Yeah.
So 5,500 feet now. So no, I'll just cruise where I'm comfortable. Normally what happens through the day, if you're going for a long flight during the day, if you don't want to tolerate turbulence, because it's fatiguing sometimes,
Yeah, it would be.
and you want to be kind of relaxed and chilled out when you're landing as well. You want to be on the ball and you don't want to be tired.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better to go at a higher altitude, but you've also got to balance that out with how cold you want to get, because currently now we're at nearly 6,000 feet. I'm just about above this rubbish. Temperature's now dropped to 18 degrees at the moment. It'd probably drop a little bit more yet. We can level out here now. Engine temp's 106 degrees. It's all safe. Everything's looking nice. So we just set ourselves up for cruise again. And we want to cruise basically to the west. Yeah, so it's all dependent on the height. Sometimes I'll start out low when it's earlier in the morning if I'm going for a cruise, because it's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
But as the day warms up, the rough air, the inversion layer rises, and normally the inversion layer is below the cloud.
Yeah.
And that's where the cloud can pop up. Actually, it's a dew point layer as well. And this is dew. This is effectively dew.
Yeah, righto.
And it's precipitation. Like potentially, obviously rain.
Right.
But that's where it condenses, obviously, from water vapour. When you see haze in the clear area, there's water vapour there, and it rises in the thermal, and then it hits the inversion layer, pops through, and then it cools to this point of being visible cloud. And there's riverhead, so we've actually navigated our way out of here correctly. That was pretty good. Freaking cold.
Yeah, I thought it'd be cold. I thought I'll be riding shorts. It's not too bad.
Yeah, but I'm blocking the wind for you.
Yeah. Not on my legs though.
You wait till we get on the ground, it'll be hot again.
Yeah.
We have an emergency landing option below us. It's called Wangulba Creek Runway. Wangulba Runway Airfield. It's a private runway, but generally speaking, if there's an emergency and you need to land, you do whatever you have to do.
Yeah, that's
To
right.
make it safe. If it's private, I don't care.
No, that's right.
It's easier to answer the questions after the fact.
That's exactly right.
Any other questions?
No, not really.
No? So we kind of discussed how fast we can go.
Yeah.
I was doing a video last week, which will be, I don't know, I'll get around to editing it sometime. How slow can I go on my own? An aircraft generally has to fly faster.
Yeah, yep.
The heavier it is. So what I mean by that is if I got no fuel in the aircraft and it was just me and I weighed 50 kilos,
Yep.
the fuel burn on this would be practically nil.
Nothing.
And also though I wouldn't need to go all that fast to sustain flight, so I
Yeah.
could fly really slowly.
Yep.
But the heavier the aircraft gets, with more fuel, more passengers, heavier passengers, more luggage and everything like that,
Yeah.
the faster your minimum airspeed will be.
Yep.
And your minimum airspeed is actually what we call stall speed. And that's when the wing stops flying. So the other day I was doing some flying testing and I was flying at around about 42 knots was comfortable, but just comfortable. The wing was starting to get a little bit wishy-washy.
Yep.
So yeah, that would be the slowest, but you wouldn't want to fly at that speed because it's a bit wishy-washy.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the same with any aircraft, they just get a little bit less controllable at low speed.
Yep.
And then you've got the fastest airspeed, this will do 90 knots, which is too windy, burns a lot of fuel,
Yeah, fuel. Yeah.
and the comfortable speed for this aircraft, I'll just below it now, it's about 75 knots, we're doing 70 at the moment.
Yep.
So I'm just sort of, we're going to drop down below these clouds soon. It's too cold, I might start now. The longer you stay at altitude as well, the colder you get over time. Have you ever, I always liken it like this, it sounds weird, but if you've ever got a, how do we put this? You buy a piece of fresh meat from the butcher.
Yep.
It takes a long time if you put it in the freezer to cool down.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's the same when you get it out, like even if it's not frozen, if you've had a piece of meat in the fridge,
Yeah.
it takes a long time to get
Yeah,
back
to room
up
temp.
to room temp.
Yeah.
And because it holds, like it's such a mass of like, I remember such a solid material basically that the heat release is so slow.
Slowly.
So it changes quite slowly, and it's just like a bottle, like water as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like your swimming pool takes a long time to heat up and cool down.
No, that's right.
And your body's the same. So like even though we're regulated at 37-8 degrees kind of thing, if you go into a cold room, your body can stay there for a while because the heat's coming out slowly.
Yeah, yep.
But when you're cold, it takes a long time to heat back up again. It's the same. I always think of it like that. So you can sustain these higher temperatures for a while.
Yep.
But like I'm starting to chill down now, and that ruins my concentration.
Yep.
I'm okay now, you know, but if I had to go like this for 2 hours, I wouldn't make it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be a wreck by the time I got where I was going. So I would have to probably think about landing and warming up, and thinking about putting more clothes on.
Yep.
If I can't fly at a lower altitude, because
yeah.
if it's too turbulent at a low altitude, you're going to fatigue that way.
Yeah, so it's a balance.
Totally a balance. Really have to work it out. And that actually is a subject in aviation called human factors.
Yep.
And the things that affect a pilot in any circumstance. So it could be stress related to temperature, or the amount of radio and air traffic activity.
Yep.
It could be turbulence. It could be that your navigation, you're not sure where you're going, what you're doing. There's probably a few more. Alcohol is a big one, and drugs is another one.
Yeah.
There's rules and regulations for those, but that's all human factor stuff. And when you've got passengers that are misbehaving themselves, well, that's another one.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so I might turn around to you and say, Ben, could you raise your visor for a minute? You're being a real prick, and I'll whack your head in the head and knock you out. You know, I wouldn't be able to do it right now. I mean, then I'd probably get sued for doing something bad to my passenger, but...
Be cold in the face without the visor.
Yeah, it could be.
That might be enough.
Railroad traffic, microlight 6340 is 8 miles to the east at 6,000 feet, believe it or not, and we're inbound from Maryborough. Railroad traffic. Right, we're going to start sneaking down. I'll use my foot control for that. Just turn the throttle off. 25 litres remaining. Temp's good, pressure's good, everything's lovely. Now the wind was from the south, so I would estimate that it will be the same, so we'll just switch over to the AWIS. We've got an aircraft in circuit. Switch over, listen to the weather.
QNH 1010, 50 passenger, temperature 6, cloud clear below 1,000 feet, visibility 10 kilometers, viewpoint 20, humidity 68%, rainfall last 10 minutes, nil. Weather, AWS aerodrome weather, wind 140 degrees magnetic, 4 knots. QNH 1010.
Okay, so the wind is from the southeast. So we're going to go into this gap here, and then we'll join cert downwind as it's called for runway 17.
Traffic man, Richard 8006, clear for electric runway 2.
So they've left the airport, they're off the runways, they're out of the air. There's the airport there. Now it's warm, see that?
Yeah. Huge difference.
Okay, that's Harvey Bay. Yeah, it's just suddenly warming up. The temperature on the cockpit temp is still 20, it'll take a little while to register. But yeah, definitely a change, and that's where we come into this inversion layer. So there may not be an inversion layer. Sometimes I don't think the inversion layer necessarily occurs. Pretty sure it doesn't actually at the cloud base. I don't think you can say that. It's a bit inaccurate on my part, but sometimes it will be and sometimes it isn't. Normally inversion layer will trap the moisture underneath it and stop the cloud, the water vapor rising.
Righto.
And that's when you get those really humid hot days that then suddenly in the afternoon, those thermals that were collecting under the inversion layer suddenly break through and become thunderstorms.
Yeah.
That's wicked, eh? I like that. Flying through that thin cloud.
Yeah.
Maryborough traffic, microlight 6340, 3 miles to the east of the field, 2,000 feet, and about to join downwind, runway 17, full stop, Maryborough. Lights on, lights on. Excellent. Check for aircraft too, eh? Watch out.
Yeah.
As long as they don't use their radio. Most of the time they're good. I would have heard if there was anything around by now, I would say. But it's not a guarantee.
No, that's right.
Mirror traffic, microlight 6340, turns downwind, runway 17, full stop, Mirror.
Gummy Bay, Zulu, feel like that's got start that 3-4 track. This is a 342 outbound, 320 on 500 Gummy Bay.
Mirror traffic, microlight 6340, turns base 17, Mirror. Feed out, thanks. Cheers. Bit of turbulence.
Yeah. That's pretty cool though.
Yeah. Watch out for the birds now. Mirror right traffic, microlight 6340 is clear of all runways, Maryborough. Done. We had to do something. Alright, visor up, let's sign off. Camera's still going, that's always a good thing. Hopefully the panoramic camera's still going. But yeah, mission accomplished. How was that, Ben?
That was awesome.
I mean, your adrenaline, well, it wasn't really adrenaline packed. I mean, I didn't throw it around, but we went low and we went high. Went really high.
That was a very good experience. I'd like to say thank you, Stuart, for putting this on and letting me have this opportunity.
Yeah, thanks. I'll make sure, I'll get a photo of you and I'll send it to you. And then you can share around and show them what you did. Sometimes you do these experiments, experiments? It wasn't really an experiment. But these experiences and then you don't have any record of it.
Yeah.